Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather squat, bro.
What?
Tell us, if you don't have clothes on, you need to be out of here, man.
I do have clothes on.
That's body pain.
Go closer.
How's your body pain?
That is body pain. I work in the industry enough to know. I work in the entertainment field.
He's saying you need to leave. He's not.
I'm not leaving. You're at the owner.
No, not a bunch of decency.
Report me.
Cool.
Good.
I mean, she's covered, so.
Yeah, she's covered.
She's covered. Also, we're not supposed to videotape her. She's
I'm
covered.
recording just her.
Yeah, you're the one that actually came up to me.
Crazy.
Bro, that
He's
guy's
a bro. Okay, let's do squats. Squats.
Male Karen? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a male Karen.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, just do squats. We're gonna get kicked out. We just gotta start doing stuff. We just gotta start doing stuff.
You don't drive a Benz. You don't drive a Mazda.
Why do I need to drive a Benz?
You drive a Honda. You don't drive nothing good. You don't have nothing for me to use. You win.
That's enough.
I don't know, guys. That Honda looked pretty nice to me. But gentlemen, listen to me. Never allow a woman like this to shame you based off of the things within your material possession. You don't drive a Benz. You don't drive a Mazda. Women like this don't understand assets. They don't understand liabilities. And they damn sure don't understand equity. She doesn't understand what wealth building is, let alone know how to spell it. But kings, listen to me. Never let these chicks with bus passes judge you off of what's in your garage.
During my time, and I'm not sure what is like the hype right now, it goes through like different phases, but during my short stint, and the really extreme acts were what was popular, and that's why being the #1 performer in the industry at the time, everyone wanted to make money off me, so they pushed me to do these things.
Get the French toast out of here.
Hold up. Notice the lack of accountability. Everyone wanted to make money off of you. No, you wanted to make money off of you, ma'am. It's so crazy to sit down and listening to the words that they use in order to try to remove that, oh, I was just a little girl. I didn't know what I was going through. I didn't know what I was doing. When I signed the contract and they told me exactly what was going to happen in that scene, oh, God, they just wanted me to make the money. Those savages.
Like you were saying,
did you ever go through those experiences where you had to do a scene where it was very aggressive and you just felt like...
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail. Like, honestly, some of my experiences are really humiliating for me, and I wish that they never happened.
She belongs to the streets.
There's stuff going on, like people getting done, men are inside of women's down their throats.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Oh, don't cry.
Here we go.
Told myself it was negative.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Now I'm crying. I'm like,
Emotional
"God damn it."
damage.
No, don't cry.
I'm
It's
just
okay.
giving some examples. But
No, that's honestly, that's really hard. And I think, like I had mentioned earlier, it's
No
just so
pun intended.
important for young men to stop viewing women as objects.
What?
Because I believe that, instilling that curriculum in school at a younger age, and they had actually said, there's a fact that says that the more a young person had learned about the use of from their school education or sex education is less likely to see women as sex objects. And I feel that's why, I feel so passionate about the industry, because I don't believe that they should be showing those types of scenes, because it does view women as just an object, and it's not okay to do that. Like, I enjoy watching.
It is a sickness. Notice how in conversations like this, when women get into their echo chambers, it inevitably circles back to it being the man's fault, which is why I tell all 28.5 women that watch this channel, continue to watch channels that have a male-focused audience so you can see the other side of the coin. For one, that type of extreme entertainment wouldn't be possible unless you had women participants. And for two, this lady above me to conclude her statement with, but I still support the industry, I still watch it, is literally a chef's kiss of being hypocritical. If you truly don't support it, then why don't you help fund with your own money education back into the schools to educate boys to do something else? But instead of considering the logic, it's train men to do better so that us as women can't make money off of that specific type. Oh, but the whole other portion of the industry is fine. Give me a break.
I wish women understood that equality goes both ways. okay? Not everything's about you in a relationship. Not everything's about you. Well, you ask me why I can't leave the toilet seat up. Well, why can't you leave the toilet seat down? You know what I mean? I didn't have to go pee in the middle of the night. Why do I have to break my back to lift it up?
So you're saying chivalry is just dead?
It's not about chivalry.
You don't think so?
I ordered food. I asked you if you wanted something to eat. You said no. Why is it when my plate comes, all of a sudden you're hungry?
It is a sickness.
Leave my chicken fingers alone.
I call my own chicken fingers.
Exactly. Independence. Be independent.
I am independent. I
So
actually
then stop
agree
asking me
with you.
for my food. Leave my food alone. Leave the toilet seat up. Leave my hoodies alone.
Bravo to the young gentleman who so accurately articulated some of these double standards within society today. But gentlemen, let me also say this as well. If you come across young ladies that understand these double standards and don't prescribe to that everyone is equal bullshit that we all know is just not true, and she really lives in her actions and her life within that, then you just might have found a real one.
Post this on your Instagram story.
Okay, I can do that. Wait, we kind of look cute together.
You think so?
Kinda. Should we be together?
Yeah.
And the camera. Okay, but I slightly have a man's in Iowa.
We're in Miami.
Let's have a fucking conversation, and I'm gonna need to sit down for this one because there's trauma involved. All right, so recently I've had an influx of male followers. But one common thing I keep seeing is them apologizing for actively destroying my fucking life. But I would like to explain why those apologies don't mean a single thing to me. Let me continue. People who struggle to take accountability only apologize after the fact once they see the ramifications of their actions, but they only apologize to make themselves feel better. Allow me to elaborate on what a real apology looks like. Real apologies involve an apology, taking accountability or ownership for what the you did, and then changing the behavior. So corrective action. So men saying, oh, I'm sorry that we got you fired. It's way beyond that. And let me explain to you the consequences of y'all anger because I told you to get yourself some help. I'm going to try to get through this without getting emotional, but y'all know me. What happened was the equivalent of y'all putting the nails in the coffin. I was already in such a fucked up place. And then on top of losing my job and my clients, my life has been exponentially more difficult. My car's almost been repossessed twice. I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent daily or fucking monthly. My electric literally just got cut off last week, despite my best efforts of trying to start my own shit.
Violins, please.
Of trying to pick myself up by my bootstraps. Despite my best efforts, the shit has not worked. My life has gone down the drain, bro. Y'all have ruined my professional reputation.
Because of you!
Y'all have ruined my
what?
mental health. I have panic attacks all the time. The PTSD is through the roof. I don't even like leaving my house. I have to.
This is just so crazy to me. Baby girl, you uploaded the content. They didn't ruin your life. You uploaded the content. I am living in the twilight zone. What is this? If I ever have daughters, the number one thing I'm going, right, like accountability, baby girl. Accountability, baby girl. Just, okay, you did that, and there's consequences for that, baby girl. You understand that, right? You have to drill it into them, all right? You have to drill it into them, because if not, this is what you get. You uploaded the content. Nobody else. Nobody. You. Holy moly.
I have to look over my shoulder constantly because I might encounter somebody who is angry behind me telling them to better themselves. I am in such financial ruin that it causes significant mental health distress. I don't sleep. I can't even afford to feed myself, so I can't even properly take care of myself, which hurts because I don't even have the proper resources to help people. Y'all like literally cut off my resources and fucking buried me, bro. Like, so honestly, y'all apologies don't mean shit to me because my heart is broken. I'm mentally devastated. I dead ass cannot like function the way that I used to function. So the only way that your apology will mean something of substance to me is if you take accountability for destroying my life, despite me not saying anything bad to y'all at all, taking corrective action by getting yourself help and addressing why you're so angry.
It's everyone else's
and throwing
fault.
something in my Cashapp, because like I said, I can't even feed myself anymore. That's an apology.
So on top of all of the unhinged, she actually began to beg for money, but she did it in the most abhorrent way possible. Taking no accountability, blaming everyone except for herself, posting her Cashapp at the end of the video for you simps to be able to donate to. Incredible.
Yeah, I got shot when I was 23. I married a young lady that everybody was telling me not to, but I was like, look, y'all don't understand our love. So we get into a huge argument one day, and the first time I tried to leave, she ran out the house and like hit the windshield with a shovel and like shattered the windshield.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
Not too long after that, we get into another argument. So I had a pistol on deck at all times, so she wouldn't grab it. Like, you're not gonna leave this time. You're gonna listen to me finish this argument. I was holding our son at the time, right? I turn to leave. She shoots me in the forearm. The bullet goes through my forearm and goes across his forehead. I'm looking at my son. His face is bleeding. My arm's bleeding. I set my son down and I look. She's got the gun pointed at my head, bro. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to leave. All I could do is close my eyes, and all I heard was click.
Oh, shit.
So then she's messing with the gun. The only thing I can think of, like, if I try to run, she go shoot me in the back. So I just ran towards her and just turned into a UFC maniac.
You got to. 2-piece and a biscuit on deck. I do hope that this lovely, lovely young lady was held accountable for her outrageous behavior. You shot your husband and you grazed your son in the forehead? But as crazy and illegal as what that is, notice what he said before. Not only did he recognize the crazy because she took a shovel to his windshield, but also his boys was warning him that she's not the one. So although she's complete and utter shit, this guy's got to take accountability for even putting himself in the presence, let alone having a baby with this sinister human being.
Okay, let go. Let go. You didn't let me get my moment, so I want to say my name is Khadijata Diallo, and I'm graduating today. I don't like how you snatched the mic out of my hand, so today is going to be all about me.
Oh, drops the mic. Congratulations!
Jesus Christ.
Now this buffoon took the mic away from school administrators at her graduations because she claims that the administration wasn't allowing the black students to say their names completely. And the hilarious thing about that is that if you play the tape back and listen to when she says her name, you can barely hear it either.
My name is Khadijata Diallo.
Even before getting a job, she perfectly demonstrates why she should never have a job. Ma'am, you're ridiculously unprofessional and unfit to handle conflict in a reasonable manner. And if you play the tape back again, you can hear her hyena girlfriend exclaiming her approval over her behavior. But anyway, this lovely young lady, an obviously well-indoctrinated member of society, went onto her TikTok to explain her actions.
The people that went before me and everything, they all got to say their name, their major, and even extras. And me and another girl noticed that she was pulling the mic down super fast for some black people. I don't want to be that person, but that was the tea. So, I mean, I just couldn't let that happen.
Now, this video was taken at the graduation before the Sith Lord decided to act out. Pay attention.
Joan Booth, Amy Gomez, Angelica Kiara Ballard, Gina Aburelo, Amoya Doily, Alessandra Robinson, Janelle Wellington.
Oh, look at that. The black students were allowed to say their names. This is what happens when you create a society of privileged victims. They create problems that were never there.
Yeah, so today I linked with this I met a few weeks ago out with my friends. This texting me for weeks talking to himself. Why I didn't block him, I don't know. But today I was bored and I had time, so he texted me like, can we meet for drinks? And I'm like, yeah, meet me here. They got the best fucking oysters in Atlanta, like hands down. So I'm like, yes, I can get some content, come on.
He said, let's link for drinks, but you're talking about that they got the best oysters? He didn't say that he was gonna get you any food. What's your problem? Oh, I get it. He's a foodie call. That makes sense. her slurping? Oh! Oh! Yo,
yeah, when the fourth one came out, he was looking at me crazy. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, baby, you invited me out. I'm gonna eat, and I was coming anyway. But I ain't gonna lie, no, I wouldn't have did all that, but I did do all that. It was so good. I was not expecting it to be that good. Oh my God. It was just so good. Like I had to. It was so good. So after that.
Oh my, yo, the slurping, the egregious chewing, the I don't give a about what it is that I looking or sound like right now, but you invited me out, exemplifies the modern woman today. Rude, obnoxious, full of herself, and ready to waste your money. Let's proceed. Chick really had 4 things of oysters.
What's next? What I'm about to eat? These potatoes. They were so good. And the crab cakes.
You eating
Everything
more?
was so good. 10, baby. Why the f this bitch nigga say he going to the bathroom and never come back? The f I'm like, hold on. It's been like 10, 20, 30 minutes. What the f this nigga at? Had to end up grabbing a tab. Nigga left me with his little one fucking drink. Yeah.
With a drink.
I'm so glad to keep me some money, cause what? That was crazy to me. I said, you run out on the tab. He talking about, I'm offering you to drink. The f are you talking about?
Shout out to the young scholar that recognized that he was about to be a lick. The absolute audacity to order 4 plates of oysters and then a meal after that when a young brother only agreed to take you out for some drinks, mama. That is some gluttonous Western ass shit. And what's crazy is these are the same type of woman. If you make any type of comment regarding their waistline, they blow up. But shout out again to the young G that understood what was going on. And to all of the fellas in the MT army, if you are being taken advantage of just like this, with her slurping at the table in a disgusting manner, you do the exact same thing.
In, out. She got it. In, out. In. This is a good coochie dance. In, out. In. Oh, let me teach you something. You go like this.
Oh, turn it down. Good. Oh, God. Like, the words behind her no thank you were, listen, I don't want to disrespect myself here in public by twerking like a dog in heat. Sometimes I wonder, what do other cultures really think about some of the ridiculousness that has been created and popularized by my own? Now, I'm going to have to block out what this young lady over here was doing, but you can see the pure and utter disgust in her face when she asked her to transition into the doggy style position in public. Now, if the adults feel uncomfortable, look at them both just smiling like, who the hell does she think that she is? But if the adults feel this uncomfortable, think about the great lengths that they go through in order to protect their children's eyes from such madness. But in the West, this is not only actively encouraged, but is easily searchable by anybody with a smartphone. This actually reminds me when Lizzo went on TED Talk a few months back to actively promote this foolishness.
My ass has been the topic of conversation. My ass has been in magazines. Rihanna gave my ass a standing ovation.
Let's move on.
Yes, my booty. My least favorite part of my body. How did this happen? Twerking. Through the movement of twerking, I discovered my ass is my greatest asset. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TED Twerk.
I'm pregnant with another man's baby while I'm in the middle of a divorce. I'm literally just answering questions and explaining. I'm not complaining about it being complicated. We literally made this decision. It wasn't like, oops, we got pregnant. We do a lot of adult things on a regular basis without protection. I'm extremely fertile. We wanted a baby. And so we decided to have a baby. None of the legal issues are enough to stop us from wanting to have another baby. So while I know a lot of people are giving us legal advice and this will be on this paper and this will be on that paper, we don't care. We have legal teams in both Maryland and in Virginia that are already working on it and prepared to handle everything that we have to handle in order for our baby to be protected. But none of those things were reason enough for me to say, I'm not gonna have this baby. I'm not just gonna go and unalive my baby because I might have to go sit in a courtroom. We have to take a DNA or paternity test. I don't give a crap. Having this baby, I'm excited about it. It's brought a lot of hope to our family, and that's pretty much it.
It's not about unaliving the baby, ma'am. You threw that in there in order to get the emotional appeal of the other modern women that are watching you. But what you said, though, is that this was planned, that you actively chose in the middle of a divorce to have a baby, as the divorce proceedings are ongoing. My first inclination is someone please take her phone away from her, but if it wasn't for the phone, then we wouldn't have this delicious piece of content to be able to go over. The thirst for clout and attention is so high that it goes completely over your head that your children have access to the internet as well. And they'll know that you have so little respect for your ex-husband and their father that you were out getting blasted off in while you were still in your marriage. Absolutely abhorrent behavior. Absolutely despicable behavior. And guess what? The new guy is not going to marry you because he sees the way that you move in this particular situation. He knows how you are. He knows how you are built. Why would he choose to wife up a praying mantis like yourself? But now that I think about it, isn't this fantastic news for the soon-to-be ex-husband? Because walking into the courtroom and you're pregnant and the judge asks you, is he the father? And then you say no, within that judge's mind at least increases the chances that the guy will not become the victim to the family court system, as we've seen so many other guys before, because the judge will hopefully recognize your behavior.
What I learned over the years is that if I'm gonna date someone that's in the streets, I have to be able to pick up his slack whenever he gets picked up, you know? And that comes with, I have to take care of the bills. I have to make sure that he's good. I have to make sure if he has kids, I have to make sure that I can provide for his kids as if he's still outside. And most men, they date women and they damage them and do all this bullshit out, you know, while they're out. And when they go in, they don't have nobody. You don't have no one because while you was out here in the streets, you was doing her dirty. So why would she want to hold you down when you was doing her dirty? Like, for what? Doing me dirty again? And on top of that, some of them, they go inside and they continue to do the same bullshit that they was doing while they were out. But the only person that's standing on your curtain is your girl that was laying next to you this whole time.
Yeah, okay, whatever. It's the guys that y'all pick. Like, she's saying it right here. For the life of me, why you guys continue to choose the street dudes? You continue to choose the toxic. You continue to choose what is not good for you. And then you complain about it later. It's the decisions that you make. Broaden your horizons. Introduce new type of people within your life. Expose yourself to new experiences. For the life of me, I don't know why you wouldn't want more and or better. But instead, women like this continue to choose ghosts from power, continue to choose the corporate Tupacs that are actually getting locked up and raise their badges of honor as if it's a value add thing to take care of his businesses or his enterprises while he's locked up. Why are you even entertaining these types of dudes to begin with? This is a pointless conversation. What are you teaching people? You are a clown, ma'am, and you make bad decisions. Literally, I live in a community that uplifts street culture. And if you are anything but that or exude that type of nomenclature or that type of behavior, you are corny, soft, and a lame. Listen to all my G's out there, all of the dudes that are a part of the MT Army. If you are labeled corny, soft, and a lame by dudes like that, trust and believe that you're living life correctly. They try to do it to me on my channel, and every time that I see it, I actually crack a smile because something that is corny or something that is lame is not something that you want to be, and I don't want to be what they are. What they are leads to unhappiness. What they are leads to jail. What they are leads to handcuffs. What they are leads to dreams deferred. And listen, don't let no woman, especially the attractive ones, convince you that that's the type of excitement that you need in your life. I've seen too many of suburban kids who look just like me that want to fall into that lifestyle. And those are the ones that end up in jail for the rest of their life because they wanted to amount to something that they actually weren't even about. Dear men, listen to me. You are meant to build. You are meant to create. You are meant to innovate. Forget women like this and all of their generational trauma.
Hi y'all, my name is Elle and I'm actually here in Oakland for just a little bit. I'm moving back to Oregon soon, but I'm a bad girl because I actually started OnlyFans when I was 18 and I was able to move out of my parents' house and I was able to get a house of my own and like rent out the rooms and like, yeah.
How much you made on OnlyFans?
I've made $10,000. So
2,000?
10,000 in the past month.
And no, next, sorry, thank you. You are so just. You're cute. You're very cute. You are just so sweet, honey. They will accidentally beat your ass. They will whoop your ass. But no.
Oh no, I can fight. I beat up my neighbor. I beat up my neighbor. She told me she stole my parking spot.
Next.
Yo.
Hi y'all.
Yo, this world is just send the asteroid. Like, we need a reset. We need a redo at this point. Yo, they heard that she made $10,000 a month on OnlyFans and escorted her off the premises immediately. Like, if that's not jealousy, I don't know what is. Yo, a wise man once said that no one gives women bad advice like other women. Why? Because no one hates women like other women. The number one person that complains about the passport bros are people that have never gone out and have never seen anything else besides the neighborhood that they grew up in. Just assuming that these women abroad are not educated demonstrates your American ignorance.
And as far as Filipino women being uneducated, we have the same percentage of college graduates that you do, and what you call submissive is what we call being agreeable. Do I look uneducated, submissive, and desperate to you? Well, guess what? There are millions more like me over here, just waiting to have a shot at making your man happy.
So anyway, this video is really not about this lady right here. And while her comments were cringeworthy, they were not as shameful and as nauseating as the former. And I had a subscriber send me a video with the alleged claims that I made in the beginning parts of this video that deep dives into her background.
I want to talk about what exactly came to sunlight with this young lady. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen. This young lady, the poet, the activist, she has an OnlyFans.
This is Rochelle Gemini, you know, the woman who they called upon to actually give commentary about the passport bros. It looks like she's single based upon the different photos that she has posted. She definitely has single vibes. And oh, bam! Look what we got over here. An OnlyFans page. An OnlyFans page. Imagine that.
Imagine
when
it.
your main gripe and you're mad that supposedly the passport bros are going around and engaging in some sexual but then we find out that you are an OnlyFans model. How are we supposed to take you seriously? Like, okay, is the issue really that you think these women are being sexually exploited?
No.
Or is it that now you think this is going to be more competition for your OnlyFans page? Or just more competition in general?
You remember in the beginning when she said she did all this research? Ma'am, you are unfit to unbiasedly criticize because you are the same exact type of woman that men in America try to escape. Please explain to me how you accuse men of S-tourism, but meanwhile in the States, you are utilizing OnlyFans to sexualize yourself to sell a product. The pure and utter audacity.
The truth is that she's selling a vegan cookbook through her OnlyFans in some scantily clad clothes, showing some cake. And when I say cake, I'm not talking about Duncan Hines. We know that nobody would ever buy this cookbook if it wasn't for what she was showing. It's marketing. We understand that this lady, who's a single mom, which there's a lot of single moms out there, with an OnlyFans, which a lot of ladies have OnlyFans, has the gall and the audacity to criticize somebody, accusing them of doing something that there's no credible evidence that they've actually done. They haven't been arrested for anything. They haven't even been accused of it. There's just rumor and innuendo, but you want to stand 10 toes down on this.
Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Have you cleansed your space for the new year? Kissing emoji. Here's a little of encouragement, heart.
There's just rumor and innuendo.
Who do you think this content's made for? She made a vegan cookbook for women with this type of encouragement.
But you want to stand 10 toes down on this virtue signal and panda bear.
Over it.
when you yourself posing in your dirty ass living room with your dirty ass thong on, you yourself have things to work on. And that is the problem. No longer are we a country of people working on ourselves. Now we're a country of people who throw stones living in glass houses. And that is the problem that we face today.
Ma'am, you have an OnlyFans. This is exactly why men and passport bros are leaving. That living room tells everyone why you can't, probably says keep a man. Hold up, let's inspect. God damn. Baby girl, I want you to enlist in my consulting services. We can get your OnlyFans up off the ground, all right? I'm gonna teach you how to use Photoshop so you can take yourself in your crappy, messy apartment and maybe put like a beach behind you or something like that. That way you can stick to the modern woman shit and not clean up your home and your space around you. The amount of projection here is unsettling. The 23-year-old boy is just off living his life, having a good time, and here you are, bitter and alone, labeling him a S-Taurus.
The lifestyle that she has chosen to live. She said she grew up in a loving family, but I've seen no talk of marriage. I don't see a ring. So you have a single baby mama with, 2 kids from 2 different men. Okay, with an OnlyFans page, fine. But I'm like, she is now being the person that you're choosing to try to shame the passport bros because they want traditionally minded women. She's not a traditionally minded woman based upon her own lifestyle that she's chosen. And so it's like, if you're really going to try to build a case,
right?
If the whole idea is, okay, let's try to shame these men, they chose the wrong woman to do it. A woman with an OnlyFans page complaining that these men are going around for sex tourism is not the woman you should get to try to shame men.
This is a shining example of being a hypocrite. This is like the person who complains about the environment and then buys a Tesla and then chucks out their cigarette at 100 miles per hour down the parkway. Just as the lovely young lady right here is saying, this is who y'all get? This is who y'all get to accuse of S-tourism? Again, this is the same manipulative, lack of accountability having modern woman that men today are trying to escape. But in fact, she's even worse because she legitimately uses her sexuality to sell products online. But the thing is that the income that she earns from this false advertisement is the income that she also uses to say that she don't need no man while being an alleged single mother. And these are the women that you want these guys to be able to stay for. But here's the thing as well. I really think that the issue also is when the guys leave and they go elsewhere, it takes them out of the market of selectability. So because they can't force these men to stay, they shame them into staying. It's actually really, really sad if you think about it. But I think that the moral of the story is you shouldn't throw stones from glass houses.
Women getting upset about these foreign women talking about, I got your man. Girl, those girls, as soon as they get that visa, they're going to be gone in 24 weeks, if not 3 months. Because guess what? They're going to realize that those guys were discarded and unwanted for a reason. Let these girls get their bag and embarrass themselves because they know, trust me, they know they're contributing to the prejudice and the racism of black women. They know. They know, but they'll see. Because once people find out and then they're over here on the struggle bus trying to figure out how to get it together, we're not going to be there for them. Let them do the struggle thing. And listen, these chicks are smarter than what you think. They probably, as soon as they get that visa, they're going to get with some Brad or some dude that is their race, their culture. They're going to get with that guy. They're going to forget all about Tyrillion and Latravius. Trust me.
I'm trying to figure out how to come home and you mad at me. I was at work. I do got a job. So.
Buy a dog, cat, die alone. Because no man deserves to suffer you.
What you need right now? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. It's already on standby.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!
There are reasons why people don't typically let me drink coffee. And it's not because I don't like it. It's because now my husband has to deal with me all the way home and we still have another 3.5 hours left.
Hey, yo, that gum-to-tooth ratio is nasty work. My man's over here really doing the mathematical calculations of losing half of his shit. But this anarchist gets genuine delight and joy by annoying her husband. Gentlemen, listen to me. Picking a significant other, especially if you want to get married, is going to be the most important decision that you make in your life. This video proves it.
There's a spider. So what you want me to do? Kill it! You saw it first! You kill it! You're the man! Since when?
Hold up. Turn the music off. What is this? What are you doing, ma'am? This looks like it hurts, baby girl. Why? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why do y'all do this to yourselves? It makes no sense to me. What trend is a part of this? Did some bird come in and infiltrate black culture and said, I want you to look just like me? This is ridiculous. Optometrists and eye doctors everywhere across the world are just rolling their hands like Birdman through the infections that are probably stuck in your eyes, then going into your eyeballs from the lashes. This looks like agony. Like, why would you do this to yourself? Like, why would you make yourself look like a clown? And I bet you she's the same type of woman that would call herself the goddamn table. I'm legitimately convinced that black women just like this can be convinced of anything at this point. As long as it's in trend and it's in style, literally they will do it, including putting tarantulas for eyelashes and calling it beauty. Ew. Watching clips like this really make me think that if black women are so malleable to senseless trends that in fact hurt them, then why are they not as marriageable to creating themselves to be of marriageable material or having solidarity with their men, who, by the way, all hate this trend? And the only conclusion that I can come to is because the destructive nature of black culture doesn't deem cooperation as a priority because it's not seen as valuable. So instead they waste time doing dumbass shit like this.
We've only had one fight in almost 10 months of marriage. Here's what it was. I was unpacking my boxes after we moved in together. And my wife saw me and she goes, "What are you doing with those dishes? You bought those dishes when you were living with another woman, and I don't want another woman's dishes in my home." And I get where she's coming from. Maybe you agree with her point of view as well. But before you decide that she's right and I'm wrong, I like to remind you that my wife has 2 daughters. I don't think
it's funny. It's so funny because before the content in this sector, most modern women didn't consider themselves as having kids with them as baggage.
I'm being unreasonable. I'm just trying to say that you didn't show up at the picnic with no basket of your own. That's all I'm trying to say. If you want to get into specifics, I like to point out that my dishes don't kind of look like my ex-girlfriend.
To be honest with you, she should allow him to have the dishes because I think that she's lucky to find a dude that still wants her that doesn't have children. But what most modern women do not understand is that children from a previous relationship are of absolutely no use to us. And in fact, you are bringing an additional mouth to feed. You're adding an additional bill, and they don't even have my genetics. And if they have a close relationship with their biological father, then they won't even carry my philosophy into the future. Even in the animal kingdom, most mammals, if they come across a female with a child, usually try to kill the little bastard. This has been a part of evolutionary biology since the beginning of time. It's only in modern times that they go to the king of the jungle and say, "You're not a real lion unless you take care of my children." The only time that I think that you should deal with a woman with children beyond recreational use is if you have children of your own, or if their child is about to leave the damn house. But until then, focus on your kids and not someone else's responsibilities.